Just finished the old ham sandwich that you make post-Easter ham sandwich. One of the all-time great leftover feasts. Whoops. You got to go with the toasted white, a blend of mayo and mustard. You know, more mayo than mustard. You don't want to go over mustard on that. And then, the leftover spiral ham. Could also go the route of the split pea soup, which I've never done, but I've heard is fantastic. When you go with the split pea soup. Ryan is here. Young Adam, whose son is recovering from toe disease. Maureen, hello to you. And anyone else who is enjoying the show. Tyler says, no. Small pieces of ham on King's Hawaiian bun with some honey mustard is where it's at. That's a great idea. In fact, I've got some King's Hawaiian here. I might have to check that one out. Chris refers to me as the Toon Man. Oh, yes. That's right. I got to do make another episode of the Insane Asylum for us this week. I think I'm going to have some influence from my pal Kyle Ryan on that deal. Kyle sent me some songs that he'd like to hear on that show, and I'm like, well, yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I won't play them all, but a lot of those will make the cut. I'm late today. Normally I like getting the show done considerably earlier than what we are doing right now. But as I informed you, the NFK got way too close to me yesterday to say that, hey, man, my tooth is hurt. Fucking shit. Fuck. My tooth hurts. This one right here, see it? It's the one with all the decay. Yeah, it's decaying all over. And I'm like, yeah. And he's standing there with the finger in the mouth like I'm supposed to look at it. And it's like, I can take your word for it. I bet it does. I don't. And then I take a quick glance, and it's just a fucking mosaic of gray and brown. Motherfuck. That was rough. Got done with that free podcast, made a phone call over to Doc. Look, you got to help me out here. You got to get me in. They go, hang on. We'll call you right back. I hang it up. Make sure I turn my ringer on. Phone off of Do Not Disturb. 20 minutes later, it rings. It's 10:45 a.m. We can get him in at 11:20. I go, no problem. Quickly published my free podcast downstairs. Hey, I get about that far and saying, hey, Kevy. He's the consummate, I'm going to talk when you're talking. Hey, So, hey, buddy, I put a call in to and I get that far. I want to say the dentist. And put a call into can I get an appointment? I'm like, I'm going to get to that. This horrible habit that he has of just jumping on your words before you finish the sentence. He does this all the time to his sister. Whenever he does it with me, I just stop speaking. I pause. And then I build up speed to the sentence by saying, so this is what I found out. And if he starts talking again while I'm talking, I just stop. And then he'll get the message. We take off. Now, right now, he has 2 appointments for the future already set. One is a May 7 consultation. You know it's bad when they have to sit you down and tell you the battle plan. Then, 2 weeks after that, he has a scheduled filling to be, actually, at 1 tooth, 2 fillings, which is kind of not part of the battle plan. It is, but big picture, there's a lot of work that has to be done on these teeth. A lot of expensive work. What he's in there today for, they offer him some type of treatment to relieve him of the pain, but they take one look at it. They go, now this needs to be root canaled, which was all part of what we were going to talk about. But since you're having pain with this right now, let's schedule the root canal. So this all, he's got, I'm telling you, this is an abyss. It's a crumbling bit of teeth. Rob says, I picture snuff flying out of his mouth when he blurts out words as he interrupts. Oh, yeah. You have it down. Ryan says, can you imagine the dentist and hygienist having to get up inside of that, chunks of chew all up in there? God. This is like getting a 75-year-old car out of a junkyard, put it in your driveway, and then putting a coat of wax on it. It's going to look like fuck, just shiny fuck. Oh, my God. So he comes walking out of the exam, and I'm in the waiting room. He comes walking up, and he always speaks like this in these weird type of fragmented words, not sentences, that you're supposed to figure out what the fuck he means. Like, there's been a time when Diana was telling me that she'll be seated next to him in the living room, and she'll be minding her own business, watching TV, maybe looking at her phone, and he'll go, so? And she looks at him, and then he'll shrug one shoulder. She's like, what? And that's his way of asking, like, is your shoulder still sore? Because she had that shoulder surgery. So that's actually happened. That what I just did happened. Donnie gets so fucking annoyed with him. And I'm like, you can't. You just got to. You see, she doesn't have the outlet that I have. I can tell all of you this, and then it's gone from my brain, and I don't give it a second fucking thought. Oh, my God. I also think that he's no longer using the medicated shampoo. I'm starting to find skull chunks throughout the TV viewing room. Little chunks of skull skin because the dermatitis, dandruff, he's not using the medicated shampoo. He just goes in the shower, sticks his head under there, and he's done. Gets out. It's like, dude, you're making all this big deal about taking your own shower, but then you don't actually bathe yourself. You just get wet. What the fuck? So I can guarantee you that's gonna come up the next time he needs a haircut. I say, dude, I can't cut your hair because when I put the clippers over your head, I'm just pulling scalp meat off, and it's gumming up the fucking clippers. Your scalp meat is clogging my clippers, or your clippers. I don't use your clippers. You use your clippers. Oh my God. So he comes out and he sees me there. Stevie says, I've talked to the NFK a few times. I see none of what Eric's talking about, but he's probably been on his best behavior. You are 1,000,000% correct. 1,000,000% correct. I've seen him talk with newbies like you, and I'm like, you motherfucker. He walks into the waiting room, and I'm there, and he goes, hey, Walgreens. And I go, yep, Walgreens. Because they, and he's pointing like behind him. And what I want to say is sentences, words, you can use all those. And I said, I'm sorry? So I then wander over and there's a hygienist waiting there. And the context all fits, and Maureen's got it. They're going to prescribe some medicine that I have to pick up at Walgreens. And they want to make, or at the pharmacist, they want to make sure Walgreens is the pharmacy. Yeah, of course. It's the same as it always is. And, oh, God. Now, while we're waiting, I made the fatal mistake of getting involved in a conversation that I was really looking forward to sitting down and looking at my phone. Kind of disconnecting from the world. Kyler says the NFK didn't seem bad at the wedding because the toe, Stevie, was stripping at our table. That's right. You were showing everyone your titties. You did do that. You had a very nice bra on, by the way. I believe it was a purple bra you were showing us. You did do that. You were so hammered. Oh, my God, were you hammered. A girl, A girl,
A girl,
A girl,
A girl, I can get drunk off of like 4 of them. Hey, honey, how you doing?
She did say that. She said, hey, how you doing?
Hey, honey, how you doing?
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws.
Hi, handsome boy.
Hi, handsome boy.
When can I meet that boy?
When can I meet that boy?
Fuck you, Eric.
Fuck you, Eric.
Mark Pellerito fucking...
Mark fucking Pellerito.
That boy.
That boy.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
Hi, O'Neill.
Hi, O'Neill.
I want to see O'Neill.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
Hi, handsome boy.
Hi, handsome boy.
All right, where am I? Why am I doing this? I forget. I was reading Kyler's comment. I'm getting a cup of coffee. NFK has not yet been called to the back. Gentleman about 80 years old walks in. Lady says, you still on Teakwood? He goes, still same house, same address, same wife, same kids, same, one of those deals. Now, I hear Teakwood, and that I used to live like one street over from Teakwood. Now, I should have just filed that and left it alone. But once you get over 50, you start to speak old man, and you have old man conversations with other old men. So I was looking forward to looking at my phone, but instead I said, Teakwood? Well, I used to live right next street over from Teakwood. Oh, yeah, young man? He refers to me. What street did you live on? I go, well, Hearthway. I tell you what, right by Pinewood Elementary School. That is, oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I grew up, raised all my kids there, still live there to this day. Why'd you move away? I go, I don't know. And then we're off and running. And we're just fast friends. And then we sit down. There's another guy there, also over 80. Actually, the first dude I was talking to, I found out he's 78. I forget his name. And then the other guy, he's 82, and then me and the NFK. And then, so we all sit down. The guy says to Kevin, he goes, well, hello, young man. Everybody's young man to him. And this, how many grandkids? Tell me about your grandkids. Oh, I got it. Now, I mean, these people are significantly older than me, but, we all have something in common. The whole grandkids thing, and we're talking, I mean, it's what you do when you're an old fuck. Tyler says, the only other thing that needed to complete the old man conversation is any talk about the weather. Oh, we did that. We did that. We had all of that. This comment, the only other, this conversation needs a laugh track. So, yeah, that's right. I got grandkids. Oh, they're getting older every day. How about the weather? I think I need to make that about another 45 seconds longer. All right. So this went on and on and on. And finally, Larry got called into the back to get his work done. And then the other guy, who I first met, he got his work done. I'm like, thank God. And then time to look at the phone. And then the NFK's done. That's that. So teeth are an absolute disaster. And, I could have predicted this. It's a miracle. I think about all of the things that would be wrong with him right now if he was still living with his brother. Because if Dave was still with us, he wouldn't have done anything to improve his health, A little warm in here. Yeah, we're getting to the point where it's so warm outside that it's actually warm in here. Actually hot in here. Rob says the Doobie Brothers were in a race to the grave. Oh, big time. Well, when Diana's brother died, so they never did get an autopsy. He just died. They think he was bleeding internally, and there was something going on because there was a nice collection of ass blood on the couch underneath him where he croaked. It was horrible. Imagine the stench in that place was, I'm like, what the fuck? It smells like, I walked in. It smells like someone died here from bleeding from the ass. And oh my God. Hey, if you ever want to know what dying from bleeding from one's asshole smells like, I can attest to that. Maureen writes, Jesus, Eric. Well, I didn't do it. I was on the receiving end of that fucking thing. How do you think I felt? That was no fun. No fun at all. Dislike button. All right. From the show First Take. I forgot who sent this. Might have been Tyler. Yeah. Tyler sent this along with what the fuck is Stephen A. Smith. He's talking about something basketball related. I think the guy who's on the split screen is Kendrick Perkins. Stephen A's talking. Perkins is not. Someone in the technical department of ESPN has a hot mic, and he starts moaning and breathing heavy while Stephen A is talking.
Which is top 10 protected. So they're thinking along those lines, and everybody was making so much noise about them forfeiting games where it prompts an NBA investigation. I have no doubt the Knicks probably called and complained. But my point is you had a whole bunch of teams, that weren't trying to win.
You hear the big sniff and the ugh.
Maverick did not believe they were going to do a damn thing this postseason. That's why they made the decision that they made. So we can lament the decision. I'm just focused on the reason why. The reason why is...
Sounds like he's pounding his pud.
We think they're not that good, and evidently they...
Weird. Perkins says, I'm working while battling the flu. Some people take days off, not me. So was it him? Yeah, I don't know if that was Perkins who was actually making the noise. I don't think it was. Weird. All right. This baseball coach is fired. I guess the assistant coach on the high school baseball team on Valentine's Day sent out a group text to the baseball team that said, Happy Valentine's Day, N-words. He got in trouble. He was fired. And now the head coach of the baseball team is also fired.
News. Fort Myers High School baseball coach Kyle Birchfield has been fired after his assistant coach was accused of texting a racial slur to the team. You're watching NBC2. I'm Kelly Burns.
And I'm Peter Bush. All this unfolded back in February, but the head coach was just fired a few weeks ago. NBC2's Ashley Graham is walking us through the allegations.
Yeah, this all started right on Valentine's Day, and a parent of one of the players on the team sent NBC2 a screenshot of what started this whole thing. The parent tells me that things have only gotten a little bit more tense since that day. We're going to pull up a screenshot that we've censored here from the team.
Look at their idea of censoring it. I don't know. I need to know if the last two letters are AS or RS. You know, hard R.
Group chat, according to that parent, the assistant coach, Alex Carciopolo, wrote Happy Valentine's Day N-words. He actually wrote out the full term in that chat. The school district confirmed he was removed from the staff 2 days after he sent that message, but things didn't stop there. The head coach, Kyle Birchfield, was actually dismissed earlier this month. And right now we know the school's head basketball coach has actually stepped in to be the
I thought they were going to say they fired him too, and the football team.
Interim coach for the baseball team. We're working to find out why the head coach was removed and what has all played out since February. So count on NBC2 to bring you any updates as we look into this further. Live in the studio, Ashley Graham, NBC2.
First breaking.
I'm curious about, were the players offended, and was it an accidental discovery by the parents who then knocked them out? You know, I mean, I have to wonder. I would find that hard to believe that there would be any type of malice use of that word. I will bet you $1 million that no member of that baseball team staff is a racist. But as we've said 1 billion times before, your world will explode if you use that word and you are not a black guy. Well, maybe not if you're like an Asian, maybe even a Mexican. But if you're a white guy and you use that word, and God help you if it's hard R. If you do hard R, you're just going to be killed. The A is just fired and probably lose your home. So I would love to get more of the information on this, how the students felt about it. But just don't be, come on now. You can't do that. What a stupid thing to do. Madonna. Remember how fucked up she looked at the, I think it was the Grammys? This is Madonna.
Your body. God.
Here they are all being, her, this is Madonna, that's Sam Smith. They're both being whorish. Here she is. She's sticking her tongue in somebody's mouth. And now she's acting like she's sucking a dick. Look at. What the fuck is going on?
Respect.
You feel me? Church on the move, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Jesus is in the house.
Jesus in the house, and so is the mother of God, she says. Now, in my opinion, she looks beyond fucked up here. She got all sorts of shit for it, too. Everybody, she puts it out there. She makes her face look like she's got some horrific genetic disorder. She looks like, one of those people who, they get acid thrown on them and then they get a face transplant. That's what she looks like, a face transplant recipient there. You got the stupid hair going. Well, now she's back to this. She's calling it a more traditional look. Now, Madonna is all about trying to look young. That is what this woman's goal is. I think she's 95 years old, at least. And so the big announcement, Madonna has said, ladies and gentlemen, I have made a decision. I am going back to a natural look. Well, what was the previous look then? How would you describe that? When the whole thing went down at the Grammys, she was so hurt. The decision comes after Madonna faced a barrage of criticism following her appearance at the Grammys, where she showcased the look that we just saw. Did not like the criticism, could not brush it off. She announced that, one of her people said she sees and hears what people say about her. And for the new tour, she wants to look more like herself again for her fans. Well, God forbid if you look like yourself. God, what a fucking hassle to be so mentally defective that you have to put all this effort in to not looking like yourself. That to me sounds so backbreaking. My God. The Insider said that the pop icon is undergoing procedures that will restore her natural features. Oh, yeah, that always works. Go out of your way to make yourself look fucked up and then go back under the knife and say, yeah, just put it all back to normal. Like that's going to work. Just 2 weeks after being criticized for her looks, Madonna posted this. She posted a picture of herself, and she says, look how cute I am now that the swelling from surgery has gone down. LOL. Oh, my God. This is a Chad Zumock-like grasp for attention to me. This is, and you know what? Frankly, I don't mind so much when people do that, but when you do it like this, it just seems very sad to me. There was a time, look at her. Oh my God. There was a time when she would actually put out something creative, art, and she would reinvent herself because the music was so unique. But now it's just parade around in her fucking underwear in her bedroom with a brand new face and shit. My God. I don't know how old this photo is, but she looks pretty good here. This might be one of those good from afar, but far from good things, though. Her celebration tour, which commemorates 4 decades in music, set to kick off in Vancouver July 15th. 53 shows before the U.S. leg of the tour ends in January. Oh, man. I wonder how the performance will be. Because, like I said, she's pretty damn old. Can you still sing? All right. One more thing for you here. NPR is pissed off because Twitter has labeled them something that they didn't want to be labeled. As you know, Elon Musk has made Twitter basically just his platform to troll people. It's a very expensive hobby to just troll people. They went ahead, Twitter did, and labeled NPR as state-affiliated media last week, which sounds like propaganda shill for the government. Now, I don't want to get into the whole, they are, man, they are. That's what they are. I don't want to get into any of that shit, and I don't care. Even if they are, I don't care, which they're not. NPR said it's quitting Twitter because they were labeled state-affiliated media, which is on par with like China or something like that. State-run media. Twitter then changed the label from state-affiliated media to government-funded media. That's even worse. NPR says, we're out. Those labels you're giving us undermine the credibility by falsely implying that we are not editorially independent. I love it when people reach out to me whenever I post something on Facebook or Twitter that I think is funny or I believe in. Yeah, you're part of the MSM, Eric Zane. I am? Does the mainstream media tell you to suck my dick? Because that's what I'm telling you, asshole. We are not putting our journalism on platforms that have demonstrated an interest in undermining our credibility and the public's understanding of our editorial independence. Now, I don't believe that they're bought and paid for by the government. But I do believe that at no point have I ever listened to NPR and thought, wow, I am so not bored. Oh, my God. Anytime I've ever found myself listening to public radio, I was like, this fucking sucks. This is all shit. And so many people listen to that. I don't know if it's the attention span problem that I have. It might be a me problem, but I don't find anything that flies into my ears from there, whether it be music programming or information programming or storytelling or radio drama or whatever the fuck they do. Have I ever thought that anything was worth listening for more than 3 or 4 seconds at a time? I can't take it. NPR said the label that Musk put on them is misleading because only 1% of its annual budget comes from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which is federally funded. So they're not bought and paid for. They count on, hey, don't you love this programming? Give us some money and we'll give you this tote bag. We're doing a fundraiser. While we play this Ken Burns special for you. Yeah, and then people go ahead and pay money, and I've never understood that. No, I don't want to give you any money. Fuck that. Who are the assholes that do too? People have way too much money to be giving it away to NPR. Unbelievable. All right. Let's see, any comments worth mentioning here? Stevie says they're like PBS. I thought they were the same thing. Referring to Madonna, Rob says the surgeon could say, sorry, toots, your face doesn't have an undo button. Tyler says, looks like a monster. Ryan says, or giving it away to Big Fraud Zane, LOL. All right. Tyler says, scroll down further. It actually was Perkins making those noises, the basketball player. It was? Unbelievable. All right. That's going to do it. I want to see O'Neill all the time.
O'Neill all the time.
You guys are the best. Thank you so much. It's hot as hell in here, so I'm wrapping it up. Maureen says, who says the N-word? I know who says the N-word, Maureen. Oh, my God. Never forget. Thank you, folks. Love you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.